Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Lumiere Learning Monday. This is the first time we have a Dronacharya Awardee coming to our show with Raghunandan Gokhale, who has won his award for teaching chess and has produced two Arjuna awardees, one very recently and one Anupama, who is his student and his wife. Raghunandan, welcome.
Thank you very much.
It is June 2020. We invited Anupama. She was the guest at Alumia Learning Monday. And I wanted to do this episode in quick succession. But in the meanwhile, almost close to 18 months have passed. But you've also bagged one other student who is now your second
Yes,
Arjuna awardee. So maybe this wait was meant for that.
yes, I think so.
So, how do you feel having produced these two uh, awardees who are your students? Uh, what does it mean for you as a teacher?
Uh, Actually, I am happy with their performances and I am proud of them. But also, I am proud of other students also. Now, one of my blind students, he this year won second prize in World Blind Junior Chess Championship.
Wow.
His name is Aryan Joshi and he is from Dombivli. He is blind, but still he could travel to Italy and there he played a tournament and he won second prize. Actually, he was tied for the first, but in our tie breaks, he was placed second. But I am also proud of everybody. Of course, these two have made a name for themselves, Anupama and Bhakti. Bhakti is from Goa. She won it this year, 2 months back.
So Bhakti is the second student who is now an Arjuna awardee,
Yes.
and Anupama won hers in which year?
Uh, 1992.
So, you have been a player yourself. So, how did chess start for you, Raghunandan? Did you come from a chess playing family?
No, not at all. It was by accident. One of my cousins, he came to our place to stay with us. He was 5, 6 years older to me, and so he brought chess set with him. And he was playing with his friend, and I was watching it. I was fascinated by the pieces and all. I was 7, 8 year old at that time. So as children want to touch the pieces and all, he taught me how to play, and suddenly within a month I started beating him, uh, my
Wow.
teacher. So it appeared I was once children get success, they like the game. Like that, I got success, part of success, and I picked up chess at that time.
So, you were about 7 years old when you first started playing. So, when did you play competitively for the first time?
Oh, I played it in 1971 in the inter-school championship. At that time, my school sent my entry, and I was placed fourth in the championship. But I could make out that others they were quite advanced than me because I had never had a proper training of chess and nothing. I was just playing with older people who were available and getting practice. But thereafter, when I joined college, there I came in contact with Praveen Tipse. Now he is a grandmaster. We were together in college, then we joined Union Bank together. He went on to become a good player. He won Arjuna Award himself. I changed my track. I became a coach. I got a Dronacharya Award. And our wives also were chess players. Both of them got the Arjuna Award. So this way, my journey as a player first and then coach, it materialized.
So, do you remember that first instance when this switch changed for you from playing to teaching?
Yeah, actually, what happened? I was in college and I was university champion. So that was quite a news with our school, in which my younger brother and Anupama both were there training. And the our principal, he invited me. He said we want to have our team participate in national schools championship. So will you take care of that? So I said okay. At that time there were no trainers, no proper training, nothing. So I tried my hand in that, and our schools they got very good success in that national championship. And thereafter, I realized that whatever I am teaching, children are picking up quite well and fast. So it kindled my interest, and I became a coach by accident, you can say.
Amazing. So this journey that you've had of teaching to coaching, becoming a coach also puts a certain burden, it puts a certain responsibility. And did it also call for some, what kind of efforts and what kind of training did you need for yourself to be able to teach these
See,
children?
first thing you have to control your emotions. Means if a child loses and comes running to you after losing, and suppose it is crying, you have to uh, have share your own disappointment and tell that child that okay, it's okay, tomorrow you will win, something like that. Sometimes it is really heartbreaking for the child as well as for me. Suppose in the finals of the championship the child is winning, maybe it is an inter-school or even international tournament, but you have to shelve your own disappointment. You don't have to show that you are disappointed. So controlling or not showing your emotions is the first thing. Means I will tell you one example that once one of my students, he asked me, sir, I have won the championship, but why you are not overjoyed like I am or my mother is? So I told his mother was there. I told her that if I show my too much joy, next time he will expect the same thing, and his emotions will be linked to only winning. You have to play the best. If you are playing a world champion, you may lose, but you should not disappoint. You have to give very good fight, and playing better is important, not winning. If you go on playing better and better, you will win. So that I am not showing any emotion. Whether you win, it is I am happy. I am giving you chocolates or something like that, but I am not going to dance like you people are doing. So this is the one.
So when you became the university champion, then you made the transition. So somewhere was there a kind of a tug of war in you between the playing and the teaching in the early days? Did you miss playing?
Yeah, it happened till 92, 93. I was playing myself because I was working with Union Bank of India. At that time, I was an officer with their personal department. I did not have much job, but the main thing was that they expected me to represent them, and so I had to play. Otherwise, if I stop playing, they had to recruit a new player. Then the burden will be on them. So I continued playing, but I was playing for playing's sake. I was winning. I won state championship and all, but my mind was not there because, to tell you the truth, my style was bit attacking play, and some of my students they were bit defensive. So I had to find out openings which suit their style. I have to study those, and it ruined my game, to tell you the truth, because I was more in those defensive mode, and so slowly stopped playing.
That's really interesting because somewhere there was a uh, probably the pulls were you had a unique style, which was the attacking. You had to adapt for the students' sake, and then you. So how does it work now? So I'm very fascinated by the fact that today you are teaching a global student community, right? You have students who come and
Yeah.
stay with you also. So tell us a little bit about your student profile. What age do they start? What's the role of the parents in supporting the child?
Uh, my student generally I accept them once they uh, start playing well, means win something in inter school or something, because there are better coaches than me who can teach the basics nowadays, and I don't want to share their glory, you can say. So I am free to coach the advanced players. And what I do, I pick them up. I use internet. I exclusively use experiences of world champions and all. I work hard on their styles, and they slowly get into their own groove, and thereafter I let them go, only interfering if they are losing their streak or something like that. It happened with many of my students that sometimes they lose, start losing, and then they come back to me, sir, what is happening? I'm not winning nowadays, something like that. Then it is my job to repair the damage. I do that. So this is the way I work nowadays. I'm not sitting with them and coaching them because I have got only advanced students. It is difficult for a coach to, like, I am envious of the teachers who teach the first or second standard. Teaching 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 is very difficult. Then, so my job is only to look after advanced students nowadays. So I'm happy with that. But the basic teachings, they are handled by my assistants, and they are very good at that.
So there is a concept when I was reading your profile of being a FIDE trainer. So what does FIDE stand for? And is this a global world sort of some kind of an acronym?
Yeah, it is acronym of for World Chess Federation. It is a French word. FIDE, like FIFA is a football body, FIDE is a body for chess. It has got 190 members, and it is only smaller than FIFA. Otherwise, chess is got everywhere. It has means I jokingly say that our Grandmaster Vishwanathan Anand, he is known to more countries than Prime Minister or President of India, because everywhere his games are being watched, they are played. So FIDE is the organization, and it is the highest, uh, we can say, title or something like that, FIDE trainer, to they give to eminent coaches. So I can teach some prominent children also because of that. Otherwise, nobody is allowed to coach them, international masters and all, unless you have got that training or that title. So this is the way we work. It is FIDE trainer, means FIDE has given me that title. FIDE is World Chess Federation.
So you actually help them become, I guess, elite.
Yes,
So good to great jump
yes.
is what
That
you
is
are
my
forte.
job. Yes.
Fantastic. Fantastic. What a illustrious journey you've had. And for how long have you been a FIDE trainer, Raghunandan?
Uh, I went to their academy in Turkey, and there we had classes by some eminent coaches and all. And in 2010, I got this FIDE trainer title in
Amazing.
Turkey.
Fantastic. The recently there was a chess Olympiad in Chennai, and I think there's
Yes,
a lot more interest in the sport generally.
that is true.
You also have talk about how chess helps work on the child's IQ and improve the IQ. Do you
Yes,
want to tell
yes,
us a little bit about this growing interest in chess in our country and
yes.
world and the world?
Yes, yes. Recently, I'm writing a series of articles in Marathi Daily Lok Satta, and I suddenly found that one of my articles, it is uh, being viral after translation among so many states. I got a copy of that from Tamil Nadu. That my article was, and that article was quite educative. I will tell you in short.
Please.
There were some psychologists and educationists. They made some interesting observations. Means one of the of Dr. Frank, he went to Zaire in 1973. Zaire is the very backward country of Africa, and he made a class of 50 students divided equally according to their marks, and 25 of them he taught chess every week for 6 weeks, and after and others they were kept away from chess. And after 6 weeks they found out that those who were learning chess, they had tremendous improvement in mathematics, geography, and some of the science subjects. And the girls who were taking interest in chess, their language learning ability also got increased. So after this, everybody woke up all over the world when he published his thesis. And there, one Canadian, Dr. Peter Druon, he wrote a thesis for Sydney University, and that thesis said that chess is a tool to improve children in their IQ and uh, educational abilities. And that really shook the world, because then many schools, they introduced chess as a curriculum. And I will tell you an example. In one of the areas in Canada, there were 120 players playing chess. But once this publication was out by Peter Druon, next year there came 19,000 students taking part into the inter-school tournament,
My
and they found out that it really helped the children. Normal children became very good, and the good children become the best among their category in mathematics, in science, and geography. Map reading, you can say, because we on chessboard we have to do sort of map reading only. So
yeah.
like this, there are so many things, and so India also is picking up chess because everybody wants to become a champion. And they many I have got many students who are in IIT, IIM, many of them settled in USA, and so I can guarantee that if a child is introduced to chess, he doesn't become grandmaster or champion, but it will help him in academics.
Fantastic. Even the part where you talk about the control of emotions, which you talked about in the context of coach, even in the among players, I think you have to have a huge amount of ability to stay focused on that move and not let earlier success or
Yes,
failure get in the way of your strategy or forward thinking. So
yes.
tell us how it's also shaping in some way the quality of becoming a sthita prajna in some manner.
Yes. See, chess is a game in which now let us compare it to cricket. In cricket, suppose a batsman plays well, he scores 97 runs and he gets out. Okay, he is unhappy because he has missed the century, we can say. But at least he has got 97 runs in his pocket. But in chess, if you work hard for 4 hours and at the last moment, if you make some silly mistake, you get zero in front of your name. So you have to be very careful, and you have to concentrate a lot till the very end. And so chess needs you to concentrate for long hours. And there is emotional part also. Suppose there once I read uh, one chess player was playing for the championship, his opponent and him, one of them were becoming champion. Suddenly they brought a trophy, glittering trophy, in the because after the round there was a prize distribution. So he was so obsessed with that trophy, such a beautiful trophy I am going to get. And in a winning position, he blundered and lost the chance to see. Such small things also divert your attention. So naturally, from the beginning, you become quite focused in these things, and which they help you in your life also. That suppose something happens in your personal life, and you have to go and play the tournament, you have to shelve it, and you have to concentrate on the game. It helps you. Chess helps you in those respect.
Wonderful. Uh, when did this interest with teaching chess to the blind begin? You talked at the introduction itself about your student from Dombivli who has won. Uh, how old is he?
Silver. He is 18-year-old,
And when
and
did he start his training?
with me 4 years ago. And he is very bright boy, and he is now doing his MBA also. And one of the players, he's not my student, but he chartered accountant. He is also a blind person. So you can understand how they work harder than us. And what happened when I was with Union Bank, I wanted to do something for the blind because our telephone operator was blind. In
Mhm.
banks at that time, telephone operators were blind people. I realized that some of them took interest in chess, and they have got some boards designed for them, which was like our boards, but there were nails under the each piece, and there were holes in the chessboard so that it should not fall because they don't see and they are touch and move. If they touch something, it falls off. But now, because of nails under the piece, it won't move at all unless they pick it up. So I started coaching them. I had to talk a lot because they could not see, and municipal corporation also gave us a room in one of the schools. I used to get down there on Saturday because it was half day at that time, and I used to go there, coach them for 2 hours, and come home. Thereafter, I went to Spain, and I saw some blind playing in our tournament. So I got fascinated because they were recording their moves on tape recorder, and they were playing because they could not write. So I asked one of the players. He knew slightly broken English, so he said, "Oh." Then he said, "We have got World Organization for Blind Chess." I was also intrigued. I said, "Okay, let us see. Will you give me details?" He said, "Our headquarters in Madrid, and we were playing near Barcelona." So I decided, okay, on one gap between two tournaments, I traveled to Madrid. I went to their office. They said, "You can become a member. India is not our member yet." So I called one of the players. I told him, "I am making you secretary and I am becoming president because I have to sign that." Then I paid $200 there, their fee. I just made some of them committee. I printed one letterhead, gave them, and thus we became members. Now I can tell you that thereafter I was president only for 1 year. I told them that I am not a president type of a person. I will be helping you all. You find out somebody who will help you financially also.
Yes.
So the federation grew so much within next few years that they conducted world championship in Goa in five-star hotel, and now they are sending teams all over the world for junior, senior world championship, team championship, and they are now. I am their advisor and coach, of course. So this way, we did very well in this. People helped us a lot.
So this, like you said, the students. Just tell us a little bit about the profile and what kind of commitment does it take from the parents, and what is the right age where the child should start according to you?
Yeah, actually, a child can start between 4 and 5. That was There was one experiment I can tell you done by Laszlo Polgar. He was Hungarian professor, mathematician, and he wrote a book. Geniuses are not born; they are made. This he wrote the book first. Thereafter, he married Clara. She was a linguist, and both decided to raise their children as geniuses. And to tell you the truth, they had three daughters. All of them became women grandmasters. They together ended Soviet Union supremacy by getting team Olympiad gold medal for Hungary. Then the youngest Judith, she for 25 years till she retired, she was world number one, and she never played in women championship. She even defeated Anand, Kasparov, and all the world champions also. Means you can find out from his book. I read its translation that geniuses are made, not born.
I think
And
there is a Netflix movie also on Judith.
yeah, that is Gambit. That is Gambit. Yeah, there are two, three movies, but it was not on Judith Polgar. They had Judith as a, but the way her parents work, here the parents were not showing. She worked on herself or something like that. For they, but her parents were working really well, hard. They taught their children some 4 to 5 languages, and at the age of 4, the elder Susan Polgar, she became Hungary's under 11 girls champion. At the age of 4, she won her tournament, and 10 out of 10 she scored without any defeat. And thereafter, it is actually folklore, we can say, that Polgars are really wonderful experience. And he says that if you start teaching at the age of 4, then your child will become very good in his IQ will be there, and for him he made chess their life. And now you can make anything. He challenging the whole world. You can work on my concept and make your children a genius. I have written an article on this coming Sunday in Lok Satta.
So, and I'm going to ask you a question. Did when your son Nikhil, he's interested in a lot of games and sports, but chess is not his number one game. How did it make you and Anupama feel as parents? Was there some kind of a tension in the family because Nikhil was not playing with
Actually,
illustrious chess?
Nikhil was playing, and he won the prizes in inter-school championship also. But being a chess player, he realized that unless and until he worked hard, really hard, he won't get the desired result. So he took easier way out. He worked hard on academics. He got into IIT, then IIM. So we can say that he selected. Okay, he's international rated player, but he never aimed to become champion. He decided to be an academic. We are happy with that because it is we cannot decide his future.
So, in the last minute of our conversation, Raghunandan, I want you to tell our the viewers what is it that you think like if you had to say chess as a metaphor, what is it like? I don't play, so what is it
Yeah.
like? Is it another world? Is it where do you travel with chess?
We can say that chess is a science as well as it is an art, because science has got 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. There are no other divisions in that. But in chess, every piece has got same value till you start playing, and thereafter queen became lesser than pawn also if the situation arises. So it is form of art also, we can say. So some of the world champions, they have very good quotes. I can tell you what Karpo said. Karpo said, "Chase is my life," but Bobby Fischer said, "Chase is my life, but my life is not chase." Something like that.
Thank you so much for this conversation, and it has given us a wonderful glimpse into some of the things we really didn't know about, especially what we have achieved, even for uh, blind chess, and that was fascinating. And the columns that you have been writing in Lok Satta, I hope we will have access to a lot of those articles that you write.
So thank you very much, and I also enjoyed a lot this conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, Raghunandan, and good luck to you and your Arjunas in the making in the future.
Thank you. Thank you.